Okay, we've got some team play going on with Zonda today, and as you can see, we've got some decent blasters on the other side of the battlefield. I just got peppered by an Ultra Select, but the healing cards saved me and I managed to take them down. There's two Ultra Selects on the other side of the battlefield, so we can't rely on range and line of sight to keep us safe as usual. So we need to be vigilant for those spawning in and make them a priority target. So far we've maintained solid control over the centre of the battlefield, and we're preventing the opponents from pushing up on us, which is good. Slowly picking up the tokens, so far so good. Got a fresh wave coming in now, so we're just going to concentrate fire on the tunnel, and they keep meat waving into the tunnel, which is just making our job easier. So that's another Ultra Select down, and the battlefield cleared of enemies, so they're starting to spawn back in now. It looks like there's another Ultra Select on the way up the tunnel, so we just need to be wary of that. The Ultra Select goes down, so I turn to face fire on this person, and unexpectedly I get taken out by another Ultra Select spawned in with the boost ability. I thought all the Ultra Selects were off the field. Obviously that was not the case, so we've come back in with the Rivonics, and now we're just going to tear the enemies up. We'll quickly pick up the tokens that we dropped, and the countdown should soon be on. We only need 3 more. I'm just going to spam discs down that main tunnel. That should do enough to disrupt the enemies and get a few tags in. So you can see we've got the tokens lying there. We just need to pick them up without getting hit by the hammer. Countdown is now on, so we can just make a fight in retreat, and we've got that shield should we need it. I'm just going to stand here providing support and fire, and then that way if my teammates do get taken out, I can just rush forward and pick up the tokens that they drop. But thankfully we don't need to do that. Good match. Okay, Solodragon, aka the Yeetster, has joined us now, so we've got a full squad, and you can also watch these matches from his perspective over on his channel. I will link it in the description. So Yeet's running the Select, the Brainsolve and the Ghoul Grinder, so we'll be switching between a sniping role and an upfront melee role. Zonda's running his usual setup of the Double Punch, the 2.0 Echo and the Cyclone Shock. I used to rely so heavily on the Elite 2 Echo in my loadout because that heal on hit ability is just like really swish. But then of course they dropped the Rivonics, which has that ability plus all the other stupid abilities, so that just kind of took that spot in my loadout. But gotta give respect to the Elite 2.0. You start out with it and it's a damn fine blaster. Shoots a bit too slowly for my liking even when you unlock Slam Fire, but that's where the Cyclone Shock comes in, I guess, like increasing that rate of fire. And to be honest, I've never actually used the Echo with the Cyclone Shock. Might be something to give a go. I've been trying to kill this guy with the one for ages, and he finally goes down. Like, that should not have taken that long. He caused me a real problem there. Having to fall back a bit because I've taken quite some heavy fire there. Got a bit too overzealous. So now I'm falling back, recouping, and we'll just wait for that healing bar to load back up. As soon as it does, bash, right, we're back up, and now we can move back up again. We don't have to worry about getting taken out. Okay, all the enemies are off the field. We've got Solodragon forward using, I think it was the Ghoul Grinder. He's just got himself taken out, but it doesn't matter. We just need the one more token now. He's dropped one, there it is. Pick that up again. The enemy's still on cooldown, so I can just drop back comfortably now, and just in case of a sneak attack or anything. As you can see, Yeetster running forward with that Brainsaw, playing that forward melee role perfectly, allowing the clock to reach 0, and there we get the victory. Well played, lads, good game. Alright, not much to watch out for on the other side of the battlefield other than the Ultra Select, so we'll just be mindful of that. So loading in on the right hand side now, back on Arena 2, we've been sneak attacked. I can't turn around because they've sneak attacked and gone behind that little barrier, but my teammates made very short work of that. So now we're moving up to the centre. Some very good awareness from my teammates, obviously keeping an eye on the mini-map, which is exactly what you should do at the start of every match, just watching out for that sneak attack. Centre's cleared, my teammates are handling a push on the left hand side. Looks like some have gone down, one of them might have been a clone. So it looks like we've got Yeet coming back in now with that Ghoul Grinder. Rushing up front, going to play the melee role. That should be quite good at taking people out of the spawn point. I believe, if I remember correctly, he was using the shield on the Ghoul Grinder. A very good card to have it on. Zonda and I holding the centre while Yeet's running back up, and I've been taken out by a sneak attack Jolt. Same one from before, so I'm going to come in with the Rivonics now, manual fire mode on, and now we're just going to fire indiscriminately towards the general direction of the opponents, and that should be enough to just cause mayhem. Managed to rescue some of those tokens that have been dropped. Now can make a bit of a fighting retreat, but not before we pick that one up, of course. We have got the shield active, so don't have to worry about getting taken out. So just head back to the centre now, and we can wait for some more tokens. I'm going to aim for the backboard so that I can just kind of disrupt the opponents at the spawn point. Someone sneak attacked again, so I need to turn around and fight my way back. Left myself vulnerable to that sneak attack. I should have remembered it, really. But I was having a bit too much fun just being stupid. So we're at 8 tokens now, just need 2 more. And the Rivonix is completely tearing this team apart. They can't form any sort of coherent attack. Got bonked by the hammer, but it doesn't matter because the countdown is on. So I'm going to try and not be the first person forward, just in case I get sneak attacked again, because as you can see, I've got 8 out of the 10 tokens. I'm also not going to completely bail, so that if my teammates do go down, I'm there to pick up the tokens they drop, but that's not needed. Good game. Okay, Pinball Arena 1 next, and it looks like I'm starting on the right-hand side. I noticed not 1 but 2 Stratahawks on the opposing side, so we do need to watch out for that stun ability. The Stratahawk, of course, has got great range and accuracy. An opponent's fallen in the hole, and Yeet's already been stunned, which means one of those Stratahawks is out and about, although it looks like he may have been taken down. No, it's still up and in the centre, so that's just something that we need to be wary of. So my opponent's pushing up the left-hand side now. It looks like Yeet's gone down and spawned back in. Zonda's having a bit of trouble, so we're going to come over, provide some supporting fire. Oof, and our opponents get taken out, but we managed to get the counter kill, so revenge there. So now just pushing my way up the middle, going to try and pick these tokens up while we've got a bit of a reprieve. Then going to have to fight our way back as the opponents spawn back in with a fresh wave. My teammates have pushed back to the middle and we're holding our own well, so managing to push the opponents back to their side, getting a few kills, and now just waiting for a fresh wave. You see an incoming ghoul grinder there. We managed to take them out quite nicely. Bit of damage from a Rex Rampage there, so we'll just wait for that to tick down. No point healing up when you're still taking damage over time, but we've not taken much, so we don't need to use the healing bar yet. My teammates are pushing forward, and it looks like there's a double punch clone on the battlefield, so that's always fun. Always something I watch out for when I'm playing with Zonda. And it looks like the battlefield's been cleared. It's just me and Zonda at the moment, so freshly spawning back in. Yeet spawned back in, so he'll push his way up. Opponents are now down to dribs and drabs, so they've got blasters on cooldown, and the countdown is on, so we don't want to just completely retreat until we know that Zonda's also safe. Zonda's got 4 of the tokens, I've got 7, so just pulling our way back now. Down to 3 seconds, no threat from the enemy. That is a good game, well played lads. Back in Arena 2, not much on the other side of the battlefield to be aware of. There is a Titan CS50 and someone's using the Ultra 1. They're fairly good blasters, but they're not specific threats. They don't have any scary abilities or anything. So the team's pushed up to the middle, completely wiping out the enemy wave in the process. Enemies tend to just run straight down the middle of the tunnel. Not sure why they do that. I always presume it's bots doing that, because if you're a human player and your instinct is to always run down that tunnel, you're not playing great. Oh, we've got a double sneak attack. That was unexpected. Right, so managing to make a fighting retreat there. Didn't need to. All the teammates were on it. We managed to deal with that, but just something to be aware of. There's not 1, but there's 2 sneak attack cards on the battlefield. At least one of those was on a blaster with an 18-second cooldown, so we can expect sneak attack. So once we start picking up the tokens, we need to just be aware of our position on the battlefield and try not to be the person who's first most forward. Otherwise, we could get taken out when we're not expecting it. So once again, another wave just running straight up the middle, straight into a load of fire and getting themselves taken out. It looks like Yeet's gone his way forward now using that brain saw, so that's good. That's going to protect us from the sneak attacks. So this is a perfect sniping position for me to be in. It looks like Zonda is also using the double punch, so every now and again we get a clone on the battlefield. Take a bit of a bosh from the pinball there, but as you can see, it's barely done any damage. It didn't get all of it. Countdown's on, so now we do need to retreat because a sneak attack is likely. And you see there it is. We managed to avoid it, so that was really good awareness of the battlefield and what was going on. With that sneak attack down and both of my teammates forward with a clone, I've got no chance of being sneak attacks, and there's the victory. Well played. Okay, we're into Arena 3 now, and once again there's two Stratohawks on the other side of the battlefield. That's the second time that's happened in a couple of matches. Very unusual, so we need to be aware of that stun. Okay, so I've cut across to my favourite snipe point on this map, which is just behind the right-hand bumper on the pinball arena. It gets you a great line of sight all the way down to the enemy's side of the battlefield, and you can also watch for the tokens dropping, so when you get an opportunity you can rush up. As you can see, both my teammates have been taken out, but we've managed to make short work of the opponents. So now with that little retrieve, I'm going to run up, grab those tokens and make a fight and retreat. Unfortunately, I get stunned, and with the use of that damage boost aura, I get taken out. So with Onyx in now, manual fire mode on, and we're just going to go nuts. There's the opponent that took me out on the left. He's got my tokens, so we want them to go down, which we do, and it looks like Yeetster's picked those up, and then I don't know, is he teleported? No, he's gone invisible. I remember from watching his version of this match on his channel, he uses the invisibility card with the brain saw. So very, very smart there, picking up the tokens and then going invisible so he can't get taken out. I've teleported to the other side of the battlefield, and now I'm performing a pincer maneuver. So we're just disrupting our opponent's spawn point now, laying down fire. We have to hit that shield because that Ultra 2 blaster doing a lot of damage in very quick succession. I may need to find my way back to the teleporter. As you can see, I've got the opponents coming on the other side, so I'm just going to run to the teleporter, and I get stunned again. Oh, so we get taken out and we drop 6 tokens way far behind enemy lines, which means that we need to come back in with the Ultra Select, auto fire on, and now we've got to fight our way over and get those tokens. The enemies haven't gone for those 6, so we'll just pick these ones up in the middle, pushing my way across. Having to fight my way back, but we can always use the teleporter to get behind enemy lines, and another Stratohawk coming in on us, so we're trying to evade. We don't want to get stunned again when we've got all those tokens. Looks like we've managed to fight them off, which is good. We've got another wave coming in now, managing to take them down. Down go those tokens. The 6 that I've dropped still haven't been picked up, and now we've wiped the enemies off the battlefield. We're regrouping, and it looks like Yeet is running forward, so presumably he's making a mad dash for those tokens. I'm just going to try and take this person out so he doesn't get flanked. Just trying to be wary here as well. We don't want to push too far forward and drop these tokens back there. And once again, there's another Stratohawk on the battlefield and a stunning effect. You see it's stunning me, you see it's stunning Zonda. We've fallen back, taken down another wave, but still not managed to retrieve those tokens. So Yeetster's back up. He's now got the Ghoul Grinder, so a bit more survivability thanks to the healing ability. And now we've got 10 tokens, and I still don't think we've actually picked those 6 that I've dropped up. I think we've just naturally collected 10 tokens from the middle. So game's gone a bit longer than usual so far, but it's been a very good fight. Those Stratohawks have really kind of kept us under the cosh, but it didn't stop us from getting the victory. Good game, lads. Thanks very much for watching my video. I'll see you in the next one.